Thank you to our big band for that stirring performance. Our school has a rich tradition of excellence in our music co-curricular program, which is evident through your performance. As part of our inaugural HSC Excellence Assembly, we would now like to invite 3 of our 2025 High Achievers, Sophie Robinson, Daniel Terzian and Annie Kemmis, to the stage, along with Annabelle, Stewart, Keshav, Krishnan, and who are 2 of our current school captains as part of the HSC High Achievers Forum, How We Did It.
So, welcome back to Turramurra High, guys, and thank you for coming to share with us today. Can you please introduce yourselves to our audience and let us know where you are and what you do now that you're out of school?
Hi, my name is Daniel Terzian. I'm now studying mechanical engineering at UTS.
My name is Sophie Robinson. I'm currently doing a double degree in law and arts with a major in English at Macquarie University.
I'm Annie. I am doing a Bachelor of Secondary Education at the University of Sydney with a full scholarship.
Annie, you mentioned you have a full scholarship. How did you get into that and what does that include?
Honestly, I was told about it by Mr. Harrison. He's really helpful. Shout out. It was pretty cool. So, because I want to do teaching, the department hands out scholarships to people who want to pursue that, and you get money for your degree, and then you get spending money on top of that, just so, if you get a bit hectic, you don't necessarily need to rely on work all the time, so that was really great to get into. Pretty strenuous application process, but I made it, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, so as students, it's hard to stay motivated and not procrastinate. How did you avoid this and what were your strategies?
So in year 12, I did find it hard to actually find some motivation to keep studying. But I think it's important to visualize an end goal, which I found later on, which was to study engineering. And I think the realization that it's actually not that much time and effort that you're sacrificing in the whole grand scheme of things, and the feeling of regret is going to be worse than actually completing the work.
Like Daniel said, I think it's really important that all your motivation for your productivity comes internally. I think if you're currently going into year 12 being motivated by external sources like parents or teachers, you can get really burnt out. So making sure that all your motivation, all your goals come from your own personal wants and aspirations is really important.
Just building off of that, being motivated to do studying and stuff, it is really personal. The analogy that I like to use is when you decide, I want to unstack the dishwasher for my parents, and then suddenly your mum asks you to unstack it, and then suddenly all the motivation is gone. Just having that personal want to study, and it could just be for a subject that you like, or if you're not pursuing university, say you want to do TAFE in construction and you're doing an IT subject, wanting to do really, really well, and that might be a motivation of yours. And it doesn't all need to stem from having the end goal of university or the end goal of TAFE, just something that you like doing right now that you just want to persist with. That's my advice.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. We know it's hard to balance having a social life outside of school and balancing that with your in-school work. So Sophie and Daniel, we want to know how you manage to have a social life and hobbies and interests integrated into your Year 12 lifestyle, and also how you manage to balance your physical well-being and also your mental well-being.
I think it's really, really, really important to keep up your sports when you go into your senior years. I know I definitely thought I do netball and dance, and I really thought I should quit both of them going into Year 12 because I thought it would just be way too much. But it's so important to keep up those hobbies and especially sports because it just provides you that mandatory break from studying. I also found with me, it motivated me to study more because I knew that I had a break coming on. I knew that I would have 2 hours off on Saturday playing netball, so I knew that I had to study now rather than leaving it till later because I didn't have time later. So it's really important that you keep your sports.
Yeah, I think my parents thought I was having too much of a social life and too much fun. But I think it's really important to keep a whole balance, like manage anxiety and just the whole experience becomes a lot less overwhelming when you have like 2 sides of just studying and
Yeah, thank you. Many students seek support outside of school. So what are online platforms or programs that you utilised outside of Tarmara High, and how helpful were they?
I really highly recommend you use JSTOR. It's like such a great resource and no one uses it. I think it was like only in like extension English where we were told to use it, but I've used it for modern history and pretty much all of my subjects that require writing. It's like so useful. You just have a database full of articles and resources, and there's some real gold there. And yeah, like having study groups is also really good because, especially if they're into school too, because if you have friends doing the same subjects as you, they're going to have different sets of notes, different sets of resources that they can then give you, and vice versa. And you'll do that. It's pretty good.
yeah, there was never a time when I thought like I didn't have enough resources, whether it be like online or just textbooks and everything. A lot of the teachers really encourage you to use Edvolo and like various other online platforms. I also did a intensive tutoring course before the trials, which kind of covers the whole syllabus for physics and chemistry, which is like a good refresher as well.
Yeah, there's so many resources that you can find online, especially if you look at tutoring companies. A lot of them will have free resources online. I know Matrix has so many that I used. You don't even have to be part of the company, you can if you want. But they have free resources that you can use that help so much with aiding, especially with English and things like that. So, yeah.
Annie, you mentioned before how you worked with Mr. Harrison to get your scholarship. We have an amazing support system here of staff, and we just want to know what tips different staff gave you and how you used them throughout the year.
That's a good question. Mr. Harrison, honestly helped me so much because for the first half of Year 12, I had no clue what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to go into something like artsy maybe, and that was kind of the extent of it. But then I kind of had this light bulb moment of oh, teaching, that's what I can do. And then, I just had a meeting with Mr. Harrison and we talked through options, and that was really helpful. So, I cannot recommend it enough, and he helped me with my scholarship applications and stuff, which was really helpful. So please set up meetings with Mr. Harrison. He's good. He does his job really well. Also, I loved it. For me, when teachers had resources that they would print out and give you physically. So some of my teachers gave me booklets and stuff, and I really prefer highlighting and annotating with a pen and that sort of stuff. So even if you make up stuff yourself, that really helps as well, as long as your teachers have the resources.
Sophie and Daniel, what about you guys? Which tips from teachers really stuck with you in Year 12?
For me, getting feedback from teachers is so important because you're at the stage now where you want to be knowing whether you're on the right track, you want to be knowing whether your work is actually good work and working and things like that. So just give stuff for teachers to give you feedback for. I know for English, I was handing in so many little, just mini essays and things like that. For drama, I was handing in so many things. Just hand in as many things that you can get feedback from, because that feedback from teachers is going to be gold when you go into HSC and you're trying to refine your own work.
From year 11 into year 12, I was doing visual arts in year 11, and I had the advice from Miss Bainey to keep visual arts because I was passionate about it and I was good at it. But I had the mindset that I needed to do like higher scaling subjects to get a high HR. And I think I probably should have taken her advice, because you're definitely going to do a lot better if you're doing a subject that you're passionate about, regardless of the scaling. Like it's mostly about whether you actually enjoy the subject.
Just another question. In what ways did you connect to universities throughout the year and now?
For me, I in year 11 got the future leaders from Macquarie University. So they set up a bunch of things. Macquarie sets up some things where you can go and you kind of do workshops with them and things like that. So I got interested in Macquarie through that. And again, shout out to Mr. Harrison, because he also, when you're looking at universities, will tell you about each one, and any question you have, he can answer about those. So that's one way to get in touch with universities, especially if you're on the fence with ones like I was. You can, kind of make a decision that way.
Yeah, I received 2 offers both from early entry, which took a lot of stress off. They were both engineering at Macquarie and BTS. I decided to take the BTS one, but yeah, it's definitely, I would encourage you to apply for every single early entry opportunity that you can.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing with us today, guys. Can we get a round of applause for them?
To you guys in the class of 2026, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.